All right, so you've been trying to make content for the internet for a while. You want to start YouTube, you want to start Instagram, you want to start TikTok, and all these other things. Well, let's talk about that. Now, I've actually been debating whether I should create content around everything that I've learned about being on the World Wide Web. But in today's video, I'm just strictly going to address one channel, one platform, YouTube, which is insane. Now, when I first started my YouTube, it was kind of a menace. I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. My content was terrible. My filmmaking techniques were not very refined. I didn't have a mastery of lighting. My sound was, don't even get me started on sound. And I used to put so much pressure on myself, but here's something I wish that someone would have told me when I started way back then. The first one is the videos. Your first videos, they're for you. They're not for the audience. You have to think of your first uploads as basically a sandbox. You take everything and you just pile and pile and pile. So it's a low stakes playground where you figure out, some of the topics that you want to talk about, your style, your approach, your personality. For example, how not to stare at yourself in the camera viewfinder the whole time. Like if I'm recording a video, instead of looking here and I'm looking here at my screen, I think it starts to break the connection, and you get to figure this out by actually making those first videos. Or for example, how to stop saying every single time. Like when people do that oh my god, like oh my god, like I still don't understand why people talk that way, but that's okay. All of the things are things that you will figure out. The goal here is not to go viral. This is not going to be a smash hit. In most cases, only 1% or less of actual YouTube creators would usually smash it in their first couple of uploads. So basically the point here is you want to get comfortable that filming feels like it's second nature and you don't break into a full sweat every time you hit record, which, trust me, it is harder than it looks. A lot of people think it's easy to just turn the camera on and record. No, it is difficult. This is hard, but it's taken time and time and time and time again to be able to get comfortable and get in this phase where I'm basically just going off the dome at this point. Trust me, staring down a lens barrel is a very daunting task. My point is, don't put too much pressure on yourself. These videos, they're not for everybody else. They're literally for you and maybe your family members. The second thing is, if the idea isn't strong enough, it's not going to work. Look, you can film in 8K, ARRI RAW, ARRI Alexa, ARRI Extreme, ARRI Super 35. You can film in all these amazing cameras and resolutions and dynamic range and everything, but a bad idea in 4K, 8K, 12K is still a bad idea. Nothing is going to change that. A good idea, mix that with some average editing, people are going to binge watch that in their pajamas at 2 a.m. You need to ask yourself the question, what is the biggest competitor to Netflix? It's YouTube, because there's more accessible content, there's more good ideas on YouTube than on Netflix. Don't quote me on that. It's just what it is. It's just facts. People create more relatable content that is born out of just geniusness. Is that a word? Geniusness. I don't know, but people are able to create magical stuff on YouTube that Netflix might possibly not have, in terms of just like the scope and the variety of materials that you can have. So a good idea is always going to be a good idea, right? You need to ask yourself before you film every video. There are a couple questions that you should ask. Number one is, would my ideal viewer actually click this video right now in the middle of their chaotic Tuesday or Monday or Friday or whatever? Are they willing to watch this despite everything that's going on in their life? The second question is this a big core desire, or is this solving any pain point that needs addressing for my audience, my viewer? For example, someone who wants to learn how to do filmmaking. Well, maybe a filmmaking 101, how to film for the internet, addresses a problem, and they can get to watch that. This is a pain point for them that they're trying to solve, and by watching this video, they get more information from that. The third question is, how interesting is this idea really? If it's boring, it's gonna be a snooze fest, and you don't want that. The last question is, has this been done before? Has this been done 1,000 times? Or is it new? Is it fresh? And is it very, 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 very excited? I don't know how many varies I did there. These are questions that you need to ask yourself. And the more you can find answers to this thing, the more easier it would be for you to come up with something that is incredible. So all you have to do is just tweak the idea that you have till you can mostly say yes to all of these things. And I think for a lot of people who are coming from different platforms, one of the first things you need to know about YouTube is that YouTube is a library. It's not a feed. So think of Instagram. I would say Instagram is ice cream. You have it and then you step outside and the sun starts to beam down, starts to melt, and it's gone in like 5 minutes. Think of YouTube as you are making a cake. So you need to put the flour, you need to add the yeast, you need to put everything. You feed it once and it keeps growing forever. You know, you put that yeast in there, it just keeps going up. It keeps going up. So people still watch videos that we made 2 years ago. People still watch videos that I've made 3 years ago. My MacBook Pro video is still being watched up until today, which is insane. I made videos about vintage lenses. People still watch my videos about how to be a good director and, you know, why it's important that you should know how to write a treatment as a director. People still watch that today. So those videos, they still work. Now, I should also say that some of those videos, right? I actually don't like them anymore. Some of the videos that I made way back, I watch them and I go, brother. What's that, brother? They're cringe. I don't really like them anymore, but people still watch them. And that's what YouTube is. You just have to know that it's a catalog. You just need to create things that over time will compound and just ultimately give you value back. Number 4 is your title and your thumbnail. They're basically like your first impressions. They're like the cover of a book. Yes, people are gonna judge you. People say don't judge a book by its cover. Absolutely. When I pick up a book, the first thing that I judge is the cover. Does the cover invite me enough to want to read this book? That is just the reality. Let's stop acting like we don't judge. We judge. You judge. So I think that a lot of people should spend more time here than is reasonable. I don't even want to tell you how many times I've had to retweak a thumbnail, how many times I've had to come up with different varieties of what a thumbnail should be for one particular video. Now, do I do this all the time? No, but for videos that I want to perform well, I actually just spend time doing some research around what the title should be, what the thumbnail should be, just so that that video is well optimized for the platform, for the audience that it's gonna be going to. My goal here when I'm trying to do this is that I want to create something that strikes curiosity. I want people to be like, I want curiosity, that even someone who has no clue about cameras, about filmmaking, about creating, they're like, wait, what? I want to watch, you know, pour me some orange juice. I need to watch something that's going on here right now. Spend more time on titles and thumbnails. And the last one, number 5, is just make the damn video. Just make the damn video. A lot of times we spend time overthinking, overemphasizing, overcoloring, over everything. This video, I'm basically sat in the office, put a camera in front of me, lit by natural light coming in from the window. I am doing nothing extra. I even have a microphone in the shot because I would rather you hear me than you not. The point is to make the video. Over planning is definitely going to become procrastination in a suit. And yes, I know it breaks my heart to say this, but that's what it is. One video will teach you more than watching 40 hours of like YouTube content on how to do this, how to do that. You spend some time learning the very minute technical details of that. That is enough to get you started. So make the first video, and the second video will be better, and the third one will be better, and all of this would have been possible because you actually started. If I'd followed these rules when I was starting out, I would have saved myself a lot of time as a creator, because I would have saved myself a lot of time and just had more fun making content. Now I'm in a place where I figured out the routine, I figured out my flow, and it's easier to make this types of content. But basically, if you want to get started, focus on these things, Don't overthink it. Work on your titles and thumbnails. Work on a very interesting idea. Idea rules YouTube. It's an idea place. Do all of that and you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. If you like content like this, please subscribe. I will be doing a lot more of this off the dome type of like real life, no bullshit type of content, so that people can just really get cracking, because why not? Let's get cracking. I'm done. Bye. Go create. Stop watching this video right now. Go.